Explorers, Kid Explorer here, and if you pay attention to my channel, you know why I'm here. I am back for more changes with Delta Airlines. So I'm going to talk about the revisions they made to the changes they're going to make to their SkyMiles program, and I'm going to talk about those changes in this video. So stay to the end so you can learn about how you can earn different boosts and what have you in this video. But before we do, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and a notification bell so you can be notified when all of my videos are released. On my channel, I talk about all things travel and sustainability in Atlanta. So make sure you are subscribed and tuned in so you can get that information. So let's get into today's video. So first, let's talk about the Medallion status tiers. So mind you, these changes do go into effect for January 1st, 2024. But you won't see these statuses until 2025. So whatever status you have in 2024 is what you're currently earning now. So they did make a change to those Medallion tiers for 2025 because those dollar amounts were quite steep. Because remember, they're getting rid of the Medallion qualification miles and only doing Medallion qualification dollars. And for the silver, which is the lowest Medallion status, they are making the qualification go from $6,000 in a year to $5,000. Gold will now be $10,000 in Medallion qualification dollars, platinum $15,000, and diamond $28,000. Still, they're saying like, we don't want y'all who don't pay no money, basically. They're still saying that it's not a big adjustment. It's a little bit of adjustment. It still makes it kind of attainable, but maybe not for some people, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to limit the people coming in. They even mentioned in their article, like, hey, since the pandemic, Delta, because you stopped everything to make sure people kept their statuses. So you allowed everything to roll over. You allowed people to continue to earn. You paused things. And so for a few years, people were earning, and people who never had status before had status now. You all did this to yourselves. Not because people are, oh my God. You did this to yourselves. So let's talk about ways to earn. In my previous update on their website, they had 5 different ways you can earn. Now it's 3 different ways you can earn on their website. So one, you can still, of course, you can earn 1 Medallion qualifying dollar per $1 US by flying on Delta or its partner airlines. You can earn 1-for-1 with Delta vacation bookings. And you can still earn with your Delta branded American Express credit cards, but only the Platinum and the Reserve. They did not change anything about the dollar value with the Reserve, which is ridiculous because the annual fee is really high for these credit cards. So it's still $1 US on the Reserve credit card equals 10 Medallion qualifying dollars. And the Platinum is $1 US equals 20 Medallion qualifying dollars. So if you want to get to gold status, for example, and you are relying on your credit card, you're going to end up spending $100,000 in 1 year, which resets to try to get that status. So you won't be able to rely on the credit card whatsoever to get status unless you're spending ridiculous amounts of money, because Delta's kind of making you trying to spend more money on your credit card if you're trying to do this, which is not good for your book. Okay, I hope you're paying off your credit card when you use it, because this is not good for people's credit whatsoever. It's encouraging bad spending habits with this, but it's not going to be really attainable or reasonable for you to do that. But they don't have on their website listed anymore the way to earn with car rentals or hotels, because baby, I was not getting rid of my status with the Marriott or Hilton or whatever hotel chain I'm using, because I'm not doing that. I do like that they have now included recognition for million milers. So I'm not one, but I know if I was one, I would want a little bit more recognition, because they had none whatsoever for million milers in the previous program. At least I didn't see it. So in the revision, they are going to make sure they reward and recognize their million milers more, because they realize, hey, you spend a lot of time with us. So with that, they're going to allow for them to have complimentary medallion status upgrades. So if you want to be the platinum or diamond medallion, you'll be able to get that complimentary boost to a different medallion status. Also, they will make sure they prioritize million milers when it comes to upgrade for complimentary upgrades and stuff on their flights. Also, for choice benefits, if you are a platinum and diamond medallion member, as you know, in the past years, you get to pick a choice benefit. So going forward, they will have enhanced choice benefits. They did not mention what they will be, but they will be enhanced. So an interesting thing that they brought back in the revision is some type of credit card boost. Now, mind you, this only applies for Delta branded credit cards, which is both the Platinum and Reserve, and in both the Business Platinum and Business Reserve credit cards. So if you have something lower than that Delta branded credit card or non-Delta, you will not be able to get this boost. The boost is that every year you'll get 2,500 medallion qualifying dollars to give you kind of a head start of getting towards your medallion status for the year. So that was really nice they brought that back. So at least you should be able to get to silver status if you have a credit card, or gold, at least. The 2,500 is kind of helpful. They also announced more rollover options for the medallion qualifying miles, because you know those are going away January 1st. And they have that listed on their website, but I do believe they will have, they will allow you a year to decide what you want to do. I think if you have over 100,000 qualifying miles, but they'll send out more communication about that when it's time to actually start rolling them over into qualifying dollars. Okay, let's talk about the SkyClub Access. So they did make some changes here because they realized from plenty of complaints, that was one of the biggest issues. So first of all, if you have the American Express Platinum card, non-Delta branded, you will be allowed 10 visits complimentary a year starting February 1st, 2025. This increased from the 6 visits that they previously announced to 10. Then you can reach unlimited visits if you spend $75,000 on your credit card in a year. I know that's a lot of money. And if you don't reach that, you can pay for visits. You know, this capitalistic society, they want money. You can pay for a visit of $50 per visit after you reach your 10. Now, if you have the Delta branded American Express Reserve credit card, they have increased your visits from 10 to 15 a year. Again, starting in February of 2025. And again, if you spend over $75,000 a year in a year, you can get unlimited access for the rest of the year. And if you don't reach that and you use all your visits, you can pay $50 a visit to the lounge. But starting January 1st, 2024, so coming up in a few months, if you have a Platinum Delta branded Amex card, or you are flying basic economy, you will not have access to the Delta SkyClubs anymore. If you still have the Reserve credit card and this Platinum credit card, you will still have unlimited visits to the SkyClub in 2024. So with that said, what are my thoughts on these revisions for the changes? It's still not the best. I still wish they would have waited to see and waited to get out of the hole they dug with the pandemic. I do believe the medallion qualifying miles needed to stop because people do a lot of mile chasing just to meet that status by the end of the year, and doing mileage runs was just very wasteful. So I'm glad they stopped that. But the qualifying dollars, it will be a little more attainable if the credit card value steeply declined. They should have different tiers like they have on credit cards now. Like, hey, if you spend money on groceries, it should be this X amount of dollars. Or if you spend money on a Delta flight, it should be this amount of dollars. 20 is ridiculous. And they did not make any change to that in their revision. So I mentioned in my previous video that I was going to get rid of the Reserve credit card and look at another option. I feel like now I'm going to wait and see what happens in 2024, because with the Reserve card that I still have, I will still have unlimited access to the lounge throughout the next calendar year. So I'm gonna see how that works, and I'm able to actually see, hey, is this value worth it? will I still get the same perks that I did in the previous years prior to the pandemic and now? It will be able for me to give me a better decision on if I should get rid of the card or not. My card renews at the beginning of the calendar year, so I'll be able to fully test it next year. And then at the end of next year, if I don't see a value, I'll let you know and I will be getting rid of that card. So that's where I stand as of right now. It's still not the best program. I don't know if they're gonna change it anymore. People were pissed and really angry with Delta loyal customers, and they just did a little bit of changes to try to reel people back in, but it's still not the best program. So to be determined on how it actually plays out. Okay, Explorers, so we have talked about the revisions to the Delta SkyMiles program and SkyClubs going into 2024. So in this video, we talked about the different tiers and the changes of the tier values. We talked about the changes to SkyClub. We talked about the upcoming new boost that they have and a little bit more. So if you want to go back and review it, you can definitely click on the chapters down below to learn more. But in the comment box, leave me a comment on how you feel about these revisions to the program for Delta Airlines. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. It is free for you to do so and it helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and your social media networks so they can get in on this discussion as well. And if you would love to support my business more and you enjoyed this video, you can hit the thanks button to leave me a little tip. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.